Pakistan's electricity sector is in trouble, and not because we don't have enough power. In fact, we have more than we need. But instead of fueling growth, this surplus is becoming a burden. Why? Because of high tariffs, outdated pricing systems, and a mass exodus of industrial users from the national grid. Let's break Ammar Habib Khan's Business and Finance weekly article. As of now, Pakistan has over 46,000 megawatts of generation capacity, but here's the catch. Average utilization is below 35%. Peak demand really goes over 30,000 megawatts, and during off-peak hours, it drops below 8,000. So why does this matter? Because even when no one's using the electricity, we still pay nearly 1.9 trillion rupees every year in fixed capacity payments to power producers. That cost gets passed directly to you, the consumer. Industry electricity consumption has dropped by 10% this year, not because of shortages, but because of high prices. In Pakistan, industries pay between 13 to 15 cents per unit. Compare that to Bangladesh at 9 cents, Vietnam at 8, or Malaysia at just 4. So businesses are finding alternatives, especially solar. This behind-the-meter revolution means factories, farms, and even homes are installing their own solar setups. There's now an estimated 22,000 megawatts of off-grid solar capacity across the country. During the day, solar energy is powering entire operations, creating what experts call the noon demand hole. Around 2,500 megawatts of load vanishes from the grid during daylight hours. This is causing a duck-shaped curve in power demand and further destabilizing the system. Pakistan also imported over 1.6 gigawatt hours of lithium batteries in early 2025. By 2030, battery storage could hit 8.75 gigawatts, giving users even more independence from the national grid. The root of the issue is how electricity is priced. Pakistan uses an IMF-driven cost-plus system that tries to recover past costs, not encourage new demand. But what if we change that? What if we price electricity based on its marginal cost? That is the cost of producing one extra unit. In May 2025, that marginal cost was around 17 to 18 rupees per kilowatt an hour, much lower than what industry pays. Selling surplus electricity at even 22 rupees could attract industries back to the grid and help utilities recover their cost. Countries like Vietnam and China already do this through time of use pricing and targeted industrial tariffs. We need a two-part tariff system, one fixed subscription to cover grid infrastructure and one flexible rate for actual usage. But that's not enough. We also need to embrace solar and storage, not fight them. This means allowing time-based net metering, encouraging peer-to-peer trading within industrial zones, incentivizing rural microgrids, and solar tube wells supporting electric transport with smart pricing. Pakistan spends over $15 billion a year on fuel imports, with $10 billion going to transport alone. Electrifying industry, transport, and agriculture, if priced smartly, can reduce this dependence and spark new economic sectors like data centers. Even today, pricing just the extra industrial electricity at 22 rupees per unit could increase sale by 6.6 gigawatt an hour per day, the equivalent of 275 megawatts, and drive GDF growth. Pakistan must shift from a supply-heavy cost recovery model to a demand-led decentralized electricity policy. If we don't, we risk turning our biggest asset, the surplus power, into a stranded liability. Electricity should be an enabler of growth, not a tax on progress. The time for bold reform is now. For such experience like this, subscribe to DawnNews English.